Hi there, everyone. A little bit different backdrop than my normal map in my office. I'm out with the family on vacation in North Carolina, sitting over beautiful Lake Adger right here in the background. I at least wanted to get something out to explain the solution to the stage 1 cipher, since a lot of you have been asking about it. That cipher is what's called a one-time pad cipher. They're theoretically unbreakable, and what it is it is a series of, it's an encryption key that is random and at least as long as the actual message you're trying to encrypt. So for something like this, it would be maybe a paragraph in a random book, or just a sequence of numbers that the sender and the receiver would know, but that no one else would. And so there's no sort of cryptography that can be used to break one of those. In this case, the key was the numerical expression pi, which is 3.1415 and goes on forever. But to make it a little more challenging than just having to plug pi into it, we also added another twist. And that is that instead of running the 1 through 26 for the numerical expressions of the alphabet, we actually ran 1 through 27. The 27th being the space, which is why when you look at the coded cipher, it's kind of a gobbledygook of some really long expressions where, there's not 30 character words that we put in the cipher. So essentially what you had to do is you had to take the first letter. I think the first letter in this one was V. And then you have to understand that pi is 3 for the first numeral. And then you have to subtract 3 letters from the V, which gets you S. And so you have to go through that same progression for every letter in the cipher. And anytime you get, and you have to cross over, so if you have an A and it's a 2, it actually, instead of going from A to Z, it goes A space Z. And so that's where things got a little tricky for some folks. But I'm honestly not sure how many people knew that pi was the encryption key in the first place, because we didn't get a lot of solutions that said seek as the first word, which you could have gotten without knowing that the space was kind of the 27th letter of that encryption key. So hopefully that makes some sense to folks. When I get back home, I will kind of graphically depict how that's done and show you how the solution is generated, in case you're wondering, or my explanation here doesn't make a ton of sense. But I did want to get something out. I hope you're having a great time this summer, and we'll talk to you soon.